The man, the myth, the legend. For 22 minutes and 22 seconds, I bring you the story of the best man that has ever lived. On today's episode of Fatting Around with Matthew Krekau, 28, we present Trumpa Dumpa.
This kind of bootstrap indictment of falsifying business records with
Trump dump, give us them juicy Trump bits. So he claimed. Okay, guys, let's just stop this for a second. Just, clarification: in case you're living under a freaking rock, about a week ago on Troop Social, our old insane uncle in chief there like to, as I quote, say, "Yo, on Tuesday I'll be getting arrested and such because, I paid that porn star off, you dig?" So now he, old Trumpy, is going to, as they say, prison or something. And apparently the Secret Service even might be cleared. I don't know. I have a feeling this is all a political stunt just to, drum up stuff for his campaign. I have a feeling he's not going to jail. That's what they're discussing here on ABC News Live. It's another edition of News Roulette. It is News Roulette number 2, and let's get into it. Trumpa dumpa.
Capital Diane in preparation for anything.
Excuse me.
All right, Catherine Paul.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is fair use because it's a television, and this is explanatory in nature. And I'm also not playing it in full, and also taking snippets of the audio out.
The Fed will be making a decision on rate hikes tomorrow. There. Chief Business Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis breaks down those numbers.
Fair use. Fair use. The song explaining this is fair use.
Particularly many of those regional banks. And according to U.S. officials, deposit flows, in other words, people pulling their money out of banks.
Okay, well, that Trump story honestly wasn't even interesting. Who cares? So,
analysts do caution that we're
not much more to it. He's probably not going to jail, but
regional bank First Republic, which is now.
So yeah, guys, looks like crypto might not be that bad of an idea because banks be gone. It's like that scene in South Park, and it's gone.
May not solve its problems. And the question now is, might JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon throw them an additional lifeline? He's said to be
well, they're the richest wealth asset in the world, right?
And soon we'll find out whether any
probably a second only to the government of Saudi Arabia.
Potentially hike interest rates tomorrow. Goldman Sachs says they don't expect a rate hike, but others on Wall Street are still
the Federal Reserve.
Which would make borrowing more expensive, and most immediately you would see that reflected.
We used to do like some kind of weird, creepy ghost stuff going on at the Federal Reserve. What are we moving on to next? Is it an Amazon story or is it still? Oh no, okay. So what does it have to do with Amazon?
Amazon. Remember, a lot of these tech companies have been laying off employees recently.
Okay.
After they added millions of employees during the pandemic and saw their stock soar, they've now faced a much tougher road in the last year.
Okay.
Consumers have really habits. We're not sitting at home buying stuff on Amazon. We're out if we do have money, and of course, inflation has made this so much harder. Travel. Diane. All right, Chief Business Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis, thank you. And the West Coast is bracing for more rain and snow with a new storm
on to the next segment. The world is ending. The water worlds.
Meteorologist Samara Theodore is tracking it all for us. Hi, Samara.
Good morning, Diane. Yeah, the rain in California has just felt incessant. And if you take a look, it's already got going. They had rain this morning during the rush hour commute. At 5 p.m. today, they're going to get walloped with a second round in Los Angeles along I-5 and in San Francisco.
I can appreciate the time to say wallop.
As well as San Bernardino County. Now, this has all led to flood watches and warnings. We have a flood watch now through Wednesday from Fresno to Santa Barbara, even as far inland as northern California. 2 to 3 inches along the foothills there.
Whoa.
Even more rain in higher
That's a lot of rain.
This could lead to flash flooding, mudslides, and then we have the rain coupled.
God, in California, even they always have way too much or not enough rain.
31 miles per hour in Los Angeles, 46 in Big Sur.
What?
Power outages are expected. In the higher elevations, they could see wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour. Speaking of the higher elevations, this is video footage from Lake Tahoe. You saw the snow is just layered from previous storms, causing roofs to collapse, and they're in for more snow as we head through the coming days.
Oh, jeebus.
Out towards Big Bear Lake and then up into Tahoe City, we could see anywhere from 3 to 4 feet of snow.
Dude, this winter's been honestly brutal. There's no other way to put it.
We tracked the system move into the heartland, into parts of the southeast.
Dude, I don't remember these types of storms. I'm sorry. Is it just me or?
The biggest change between yesterday and today, they've kind of slendered down that risk into areas like Del Rio.
Why do we just accept the weather being so fucking crazy?
And then you head out to Lake Charles, Jackson, Tuscaloosa.
This is like,
We are seeing the risk for damaging winds, large hail, and
like, hasn't Elon Musk already explained it? We moved to hydrogen gas fuel and we'd already saved the planet anyway. Like, what the fuck?
LA students have no school today after staffers went on strike. About 65,000 workers.
What?
Second largest school district.
Oh, come on.
It's what they call unfair work practices.
The first largest is probably New York City.
the LAUSD superintendent says today will be a difficult day. This as more than 500,000 students at 1,000 different schools will be out of class.
The students on strike too?
Of the bus depot. And normally this is a really busy time for them, but you already see people out here in the cold and the rain picketing. And it's
Get back to work.
The bus drivers, the cafeteria workers, the custodians that are asking for.
Why are they entitled to that much of a fucking pay increase? I would love a fucking 30% pay increase myself.
They also say that the district violated their confidentiality rules. Now the school superintendent says he not only came to the table with what he called a
What's the point?
raise, it didn't quite meet their standards, but he still said it was a historic offer. But he also
So they still even offered them a raise? This is not a good look. Why is that John Mayer? It just looks like John. What the heck?
talk about this. He wants to resolve this issue. In the meantime, they will have several places, 150 locations across Los Angeles where kids can go today to be supervised.
Okay.
And have a hot meal. But Diane, they think this strike will last at least 3 days.
Also, so fake school. We've set up fake schools of no educational value. We'll give you a kid a hot meal. And we'll lock them in a room for 5 hours since there's no school because the teachers want 30% more pay, which seems ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't care how underpaid you are. If you're demanding 30% more pay or your strike, quit your fucking job. I'm sorry. Like, I understand it's tough being a fucking teacher, but it's commercial break. But I can understand that it might be tough because it's news roulette. So, but I can understand that it might be somewhat tough. Being a teacher, but man, that's ridiculous. 30, who in their right fucking mind? Seriously though, 30% pay increase. $130 is kind of a lot more than $100. I don't know. It seems extraordinarily unreasonable, and it seems like they're wasting everyone's time and just trying to make it there's already people say that the American education system is one of the worst in the world. All you're trying to do is just prove it, I guess, in Los Angeles. Wait, this is the city where if a dead body dies in the middle of the street, you don't have to call the cops because there's no crime around it. It's just a dead body. In Michigan, if you find a dead body and you don't call the cops, you go to jail. So this is like I don't even know. It's pretty crazy. The world and what it's come to. Ugh. But yeah, guys, there's probably these usually are pretty short commercial breaks. That's one thing I wanted to just not to suck Walt Disney's dick. But I have to tell you, I do kind of like how the ABC News, especially when we do these news roulettes, the commercial breaks are very short when usually when it comes to news it's the exact opposite, where I believe I don't even think I'm making this up, there are I believe a couple episodes of Tucker Carlson that literally are only 28 minutes long, and it's an hour show, so this one does a pretty good job of just tossing in maybe legit sometimes only 5 or 6 minutes of commercials a half an hour. So it's not that terrible. Ugh. But when we get a commercial, I don't want to. A lot of the commercials have copyright images in them. It's not just news. Plus a lot of copyrighted music, so I gotta mute it. Gonna show you my mom's beautiful painting. I think that was a really quick break. It's also a good chance each commercial break I'll let you know to comment, subscribe. It's also the halfway point of the episode, guys. You made it this far. Please stay. Some of my videos get really good retention scores. Let's keep it up, Google.
Christophers has more on that. And your other business headlines today, Alexis, what are you watching?
Well, finally, a little bit of calm returning to the banking industry today. Wall Street building on yesterday's big rally after Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen reassured Americans that our banking system is strong. Yellen expected to tell a banking conference
Trump incident. Law enforcement brace for potential unrest. Oh my goodness.
If needed. Now, of course, this news comes just a day after the Swiss banking giant UBS came to the rescue and agreed to take over its embattled smaller rival Credit Suisse for $3 billion.
Wow.
And those wild moves we've been seeing in First Republic stock are continuing. Shares of the regional bank bouncing back today after falling more than 47% yesterday.
Holy Moses.
Now reportedly advising First Republic on some strategic alternatives, including a possible sale. First Republic has suffered a tremendous number of withdrawals from uninsured depositors after the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. And now investors are turning their attention to the Federal Reserve, which is set to announce its interest rate decision tomorrow. The Fed is facing one of the toughest falls in years. Most economists expect a smaller quarter-point rate hike tomorrow as the Fed continues its fight against inflation. But Diane, some believe the Fed could actually hold off on raising interest rates this time around to sort of let things settle in the banking industry.
We're also now hearing the FDIC might expand its coverage to insure Americans beyond that $250,000 threshold. What are you hearing on that?
I wouldn't hold my breath, but there are some regional banks who are asking that the government temporarily lift that current cap on deposit insurance if another regional lender were to fail. But Republicans are pushing back here. The House Freedom Caucus releasing this statement.
Well, the reason I'm being so silent is I'm just trying to understand what the heck's going on with this, guys. Plus, you know, this is just some good standard information to have right now. Like, put your money under your freaking mattress, dude. Buy a safe. Be the banker yourself, for Christ's sakes. Like, I don't know, not enough people are like, we don't need a bank.
Okay, a lot of people are going to be watching that speech closely. Alexis,
a myth.
thank you. And if you want to ask Alexis any personal
A safe is a bank.
leave a message on our Instagram.
You can buy a, you know,
live right here on Thursday.
$10, you get a safe.
Coming up, it
It's
was World
not.
Down Syndrome Day. Meet the family who started a
Ooh, what a downer. But Chinese-owned app update rules. A number of countries, so it's not just America. Okay, so, oh man. Well, okay. Well, that was obviously a little ridiculous with how fast the next commercial was, but it's a news program, so it's still gonna be more commercial like an average TV show. But I still like at least better than most news programs. Yeah, I guess I'll just set the phone down. You're just gonna probably get a boring black screen or something. That's fine. Welcome to the Black Void. But yeah. You guys are gonna get to hear my wonderful torch. I don't know. This is gonna be like some kind of weird ASMR type thing. Sleep to the sound of Fatty's torch. But man. Man, I guess what do I like to do? These videos I think are a lot better when I just like discuss what we watched so far a little bit. Let's see, whatever I remember. It's not like I'm taking notes or nothing, but like Trumpy. I really don't think he's actually getting indicted, but honestly, I wouldn't mind it. I'm surprised it's not for January 6th stuff, though, and I don't understand how the Stormy Daniels stuff was even illegal. That's why none of this makes sense. So, today's gonna, no matter what, be a really funny day. Obviously, there's gonna be another episode of Fatting Around when the news breaks, because, you know, we're gonna break it here first, but... new episodes around noon every day, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Patreon link in the description. They're doing a GMA ad, so I think we're getting close to this video. So I'd say we're technically at the 2/3 mark. Do a little bit more torch ASMR, I guess. This torch does sound pretty cool though. Oh, it just ran out. Ugh. Well, you won't be able to hear the lighter. Oh, you might be able to. Let me see. Get a good lighter click. Ooh, that sounds nice. That actually isn't that bad of ASMR. I don't hear people use springs a lot in ASMR. I might just came up with the subgenre. Ugh. Ooh, shit. Disney's really pushing that Hulu shit. Oh my god. Ugh. You know what I have to admit though? I really like how Disney Plus has every Pixar movie. That's really there could honestly be a streaming service just for Pixar movies. There's so many and they're so good. Plus, when you consider if you were to buy each one off Amazon, cheapest day it'd be $30 a piece. And like, let's even say that the lowest 15 movies, you literally have to spend close to $600 to get to watch them all, and so you only have to pay 1/10 of that with Disney Plus. So I think it does offer some utility. Man, I've just been sucking Walt's dick. Here we go. Let's just do a little audio for right now, just so that I'm not just doing a complete re-upload of the news stream, and then we'll bring the video back in about a minute, guys.
Now they have 20 locations across several states.
Yeah, let's just send for respect out of the people who have Down syndrome. Let's just have audio only for this segment, guys.
Men are here to tell us all about it. It's so
just out of respect for them.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I think it's the least I can do. Because people can be really mean, and we don't got to show their face.
I want to start with you. Take me back to the beginning. How did this all start?
So Ben and I are the proud parents of 4 children. Our 2 youngest, Biddy and Bo, both have Down syndrome. And as the parents of children with disabilities, you start thinking about their future. And one of the things we were just astonished to learn is that 80% of people with disabilities in our country don't have jobs.
Wow.
And so we wanted to make a better world
Really?
for our children and for others with disabilities. And we started this coffee shop 7 years ago.
Oh, I've heard of this coffee shop.
And one day
Is this in Michigan? Don't quote me on it, but I thought it
It looks like
was.
a fashion shoot going on here. You guys are working it. I love it.
Huh.
But what did you think?
It was a
when your
pretty
parents
positive
told you
story.
about
That's
the coffee
cool.
shop?
They're going to have money. That's
Are you
nice.
excited?
Yes.
I'm sure for most of them, they probably are able to handle their own money, but I'm sure for a percentage, if they're functioning enough, they can handle their own money. And obviously, having money is better than no money, right? And I'm sure for medication and other stuff, he knows it's cheap. So.
Like they belonged, and we realized that there was something much greater at hand and much more.
Especially if you don't have insurance. And it's not like every single disabled person magically has insurance. Not everyone gets accepted for Medicaid for some reason. It's pretty crazy how it works.
I think 200 million people across the globe that live with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and the statistics seems to stand that 80% of them don't have jobs in their own communities. And we really feel like the coffee shop creates sort of a bridge between people without disabilities and with disabilities to experience each other and to see the life in each other and to see their common humanity.
Huh.
And it takes the fear and the discomfort of
Man, it would suck having a severe intellectual disability. Not to toot my own horn, but I've just always been smarter than my own good. And I've always just had people always tell me I'm smart to the point where it gets annoying. And, yeah, but.
Biddy, I heard that you love helping out at the shop whenever you can. What's your favorite part about being at Biddy and Bo's?
I like the baking treats.
You like making the drinks? I heard you guys also both really love
Black
music.
Void.
Are we creating a playlist here?
It's the opposite of Late Night with John Oliver's White Void. It's my Black Void. Yeah.
I think we can all get behind that. Bo, you're 18 now. How do you think this business has changed? How do you see your future? What do you think about it?
So I like that my mom is so wonderful.
Aw, thanks, Bo.
I think we're all melting over here right now, Amy.
We're lucky mom, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, Amy, what do you hope people take away from your story?
Well, we can't open enough coffee shops.
Dude, all these black murders by cops, dude, are starting to get really.
That with every guest that comes through our doors, that they see what's possible when you hire people with disabilities, you give them meaningful employment. That's the ripple effect. And we hope that every guest that comes in sees what's possible and goes back to their place of work and considers hiring someone with a disability.
This is a really good story. Not the one that was just on the screen. That's terrible. I mean about the. Okay, I didn't show their face for the longest time, but they're. What am I talking about? They're on ABC News. Their face is already getting shown.
Getting their shops ready. I think we have 4 or 5 set to open over the next 8 to 12 months, and we're constantly talking to people about opening Biddy and Bo's Coffee again here in this country, but ultimately I think we need to be across the world and
That's a special kind of coffee, if you know what I'm saying.
Disabilities in the community, in the world, and let it be the rule, not the exception.
Amy, Ben, Biddy, and Bo Wright, we so appreciate your time today.
So do they use coffee downs? But
the Biddy and Bo playlist, by the way.
Instead of coffee grounds? I don't know.
Thank you.
Why does he look miserable?
And you can find
feel-good stories.
Did he regret being on the news? Why did he look so sad? Aw.
And it's also Women's History Month, and today we are honoring...
This is a final story, guys. I think I'm just going to stop talking and let the story play us out. Thank you so much for having, watching. Have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for getting the podcast to 10,000 views in a month. I'm so proud of it. Have a wonderful day, guys. Link of the page chat's in the description. My heart stereo, feel you close to me, don't know. Fan around, we'll fan around. Oh.
During the time of COVID-19, I did not want to get into the habit of not dressing up.
That bitch can wear a hat.
For putting selfies on Facebook was because I wanted to encourage myself. After that first Sunday of March the 29th, I received several responses back about the post. After about 8 weeks, I started to put in a scripture.
I guess black women are now starting to wear hats, guys.
It just went worldwide, so to speak. And then I started receiving gifts from different individuals.
I got my Sunday best, wearing all my hairs.
She helped us to understand that our connection was a spiritual one.
The book primarily was written based on, of course, the selfies, but also to strengthen the community of believers that we know and use our...
That one day was a bad COVID day.
with us, then we can do the same thing in the world. My childhood was beautiful.
Let's let her play us out.
I didn't realize that we were poor until years later because had so much...
New episodes around noon every day, guys. I know this one's a little late.
30 years. I began teaching at Lowell Junior High in October of 1966. I went on to become interim superintendent for Tulsa Public Schools, and I love to tell the public that I did everything in education but drive the school bus and cook the meals. In 1968 or 69, that's when Tulsa started to deteriorate the school. I was chosen to become what they called an adjustment counselor. My task was to mediate conflicts.
You keep on fanning around.
The staff and the parents. There was one